Hello everyone, this is Red with RedDragonLeo.com as usual, or Leo if you prefer to call me that, but most people call me Red. We're looking at the monthly chart here, and I don't see anything indicating a turn in the market at this point. When we actually look at this, we actually could see this thing going much higher. If this was a C wave, what we're looking at right here, if this is a C wave, it can certainly go much higher, even hit this area right here. Whether or not that happens or not, I don't know. Truly, honestly, there's no sign of any turn down at this point. But again, this is a monthly chart, and we don't really care on the monthly basis other than to try to look ahead and see what the long-term pattern is. So I try to look at it from time to time to see where we're at. But this is a very long A move, and this is a B move, then we very well could go on up here to hit this top in this area right in here, or maybe even try to hit that peak there on that particular month. But I don't know, that's stretching it. For now, all I can say is it still is a bullish chart on the monthly chart, as you can clearly see it going up here. It clearly down here it is still going up, although it's in the stratosphere. It's still going up. So, but that can all turn on a dime. All we need is a nice, pretty topping tail on this month like this. Actually, I'd like to have a nice down month for a change, but that might not happen until March, simply because of the new money that's supposed to be coming out. The Treasury note supposed to replace the Federal Reserve note. At least that, what I had posted in last week's weekend update. I haven't seen anything more about that, but if you go look at last week's weekend update, most of you have already read that and read everything on it. I haven't seen anything new about it, but I do believe that a new currency has to come. There's no way around it. Good guys, bad guys, whatever you want to call them, white hats, evil Illuminati, gangster, reptilians, makes no difference. They can't stop it. It really truly makes no difference. The money is going to collapse. The numbers don't lie. If there's one thing that is universal throughout all of the universe, all the galaxies, throughout all the planets, it's numbers. Numbers. The numbers don't lie. A collapse in the dollar will take place. Don't know when, but it's coming. It's close. So I do believe, though, when it does take place, the market is going to collapse with it out of fear. Regardless of the fact, if you think that the market and the dollar always go the opposite, I don't see that happening. When the market collapses, or when the dollar finally collapses because of a new currency, there'll be, possibly, or obviously, a run to safer assets, which would be gold and silver. But the market overall is going to collapse too at the same time. I can't see it doing any other way. Okay, looking here at the weekly chart. And the charts have actually been working pretty decently. As you know, last week, in the last video I did, I don't know when I did it, Wednesday or something, or Thursday. I can't remember if I did it Wednesday or Thursday, but I think I did it Wednesday, and I was calling for a blow off top, and we had that. I was calling for it because the charts were lining up for it, and quite simply, even though my internet was down Friday and I wasn't able to post, I don't think it had anything to do with the Illuminati. The modem was old. It was 7-8 years old, and I think it just finally crapped out on me, as electronic parts do. It's just coincidence. And as for the site being down, that was because I was getting too many hits, too much traffic, I guess. But I was getting lots of hits from 1 or 2 or 3 different IP addresses. I was getting multiple hits. I had the people track it down and at the hosting company, and they said they tracked it to Dallas, Texas, and they said they didn't know the trail ended at that point, and they didn't know whether it was a Google bot hitting the site or what. I don't know. Who knows? Could be the powers that be, the Illuminati, playing games as they did last year. If you remember with BAM Investors, they deleted their email address, or not email address, but their email list of subscribers conveniently, right when they were calling for crashes and stuff. So, could have been, they could have sent multiple attacks to the site. I don't know. Who knows? Who cares at this point? So I really didn't miss out on anything Friday other than you guys getting squeezed, you bears on the site. I told you it was coming. Hopefully some of you were able to get out and get out, with a small loss or maybe even a profit. But anyway, looking here at the weekly chart, we're still not showing any signs yet of it turning down, but we do know that when this happens, it's going to go quick. It's going to go quick. I do believe it, and I'm thinking that just based upon the short-term charts, I think we could see a nice down Monday and possibly going into Tuesday. If not completely down on Monday, at least a spinning top kind of pattern, topping tail, something like that, because it's looking very narrow, very bearish for Monday. So let's get straight to the short term, because really, I know a lot of you got longer term positions. You got, I think DD has got some April and further out puts, and some other people do too. I may be wrong on the DD, sorry, or double D, but DD is your name. And I don't know what Richie's got, but a lot of you guys got some a little bit longer term puts. I think we're going to be okay on that, but it's just eating away at us. I mean, I'm playing a little bit shorter terms, but everybody has different time frames and stuff like that. As you know, Anna plays very, very short term. She's into the futures market, and so she swings that up and down multiple times in a day. But as far as options go, she swings those. I mean, she'd like to do them for 2 or 3 or 4 days, but they just can't do it in this kind of market. You can't hang on for that long, because they just kill you with the swings. I mean, here you got 1 day down, for example, on this move right here. That was it, and after that you get killed. So there's no real signs of it really rolling over here, other than it looking very similar. If we look at this pattern right here and look back here at this top right here, it looks very similar to this. You see how we had a little bit of sideways consolidation, kind of a blow off top. The next trading day it went up higher to clear out all the overhead stops, which by the way is what I expect to happen Monday. I expect it to go up some more and then sell off into the close, put a negative day in, then Tuesday be a down day. And so if that happens, that'd be awesome. And then maybe Wednesday, Thursday be up, Friday down, following Monday up. Boy, it would be perfect if it just play out just like that. It never will. Don't have to worry your pretty little heads about that, because that's not going to be the case. It'll be similar, but it won't be the same. But the similarities are that this candle, this white candle right here, and this red candle following it. I don't know if that is a Friday and a Monday or not. I'm not going to bother to look back at that point, but regardless, I kind of think we're looking at this kind of candle coming up Monday, this red candle. And let's get on to the 60-minute charts to see what I'm talking about. Now, I said on Wednesday when I did that video, I said we might come up here and put in a smaller top and then roll over. Based upon this thing just barely peaking below negative and then thinking it would roll back up. Well, I was wrong on the day. It didn't happen Thursday. I was off a day. It happened Friday. So Thursday it actually went, the histogram bars here went negative as the market traded down in the morning and then recovered and traded sideways the rest of the day. And so same thing here, the MACDs went down. Same thing here on the full stochastics, it went down. And all recycled back up on Friday. So I was wrong on a day on what it was going to do, but the end result is it still happened. The move up happened as all these charts did align together, and we did go up here and put in this smaller histogram tower. which was actually what I was expecting. If we look at this 30-minute or 60-minute chart and look at the 30-minute chart and the 15-minute chart, you'll all see the same kind of pattern, that this all lined up perfect for a move up on Friday. So I know that everybody was upset about it, but the charts, the fact of the matter is, they work for the bulls, they don't work for the bears. So whenever you see a bullish pattern, you might as well get out or go long. I mean, I won't go long. I just say screw it. I'm just not going to do it. It's not worth my time, because I play options. I get killed on the volatility. Even when I do spreads, it ain't worth the time. And we're 99% done with this rally. So I don't want to chance it on that 1%. You know, that I'm trying to catch and be wrong on it just that one time when I go long. Now, if I was trading futures, sure, I'd have went long, but doing options, won't do it. It's just not to my benefit. So I just set it out. But that's my choice. But I did expect a day, a rally to go up and put a blow off top, and I believe that's what we have. And so I was just off by a day. So looking at the 30-minute chart, we can see pretty much the same thing. There was that same move down on Thursday where I thought we were going to go up, and then we recycled and then traded sideways the rest of the day, and then Friday went up. So it's kind of the same thing here. As you can see here, Wednesday when I did the video, I said we were selling off, and we were down here in this area, and I thought we might come back up and curl back up and put in a lower histogram tower like we did here on Friday. But instead they went down a little bit on Thursday, then came back and did it on Friday. So trying to get the exact day on this is very difficult, but I knew that the charts were lining up. So when I set it here at this point, as you can see, the market was here, and I told you I thought it would rally up to here, hit that trend line, and roll over. And it didn't do that on Thursday. It went on down, hit the zero line here, as you can see, the zero mark. Did not go into negative territory. Then turned back up and went up here, and is approaching this line right here. So as you can see right now, it is looking overbought, and you could draw this line. This line is not drawn quite correctly. You need to draw a little bit better. If we draw a little bit better, this allows for a little bit higher move on Monday, which I think we're going to get. I think we're going to get a little teeny pop up on Monday. Nothing's going to roll over and close negative. Don't know how much. Depends on the momentum, and depends upon what kind of news they release. You know, this Egypt thing is really bad news for the market, because it's really going to bring more instability in that region there. But I'm not going to go into that. I will refer you to Ron Walker's video. He did an excellent video for those of you. Is this one here, Understanding the Egyptian Situation. Ron's a good guy. I like Ron, and I like his charts, and I like his videos, and I try to watch them when I get the chance. I don't always get a chance to watch them. Sometimes I'm busy, but this particular video here, he goes in great detail about the whole situation there with the Sunnis and the Shiite, and he dates it back to, I don't know, the 12th century or something like that. So if you want to educate yourself, go watch that video by Ron. He's a good guy, and he's a good educator. They took some time into doing that for you folks. So anyway, looking back here at this 30-minute chart, as you can see, I thought that we would curl back up here. I was wrong on that, but I did think that we would put in a lower histogram tower, which we did. We did. So, you know, you might have to draw this a little bit like this, but I think this could go up a little bit higher, as you can see, just based upon this here MACD. I think if you drew this line more correctly, it would allow for a little bit higher move up on Monday in the morning session. So I'm looking for Monday to go up just a little bit and close negative. Now, obviously, this one here and this line here, you can't draw a line here that's going to work, because this one's too shallow. It doesn't pop up here and hit it. So whoop-dee, sorry. You know, these things aren't perfect. I think you could, again, go up a little bit in the morning and roll over after that. So I'm looking for the first first 30 minutes to an hour to put in the peak. Now, the 15-minute chart here is obviously looking ready to roll over into negative territory. It is showing all the signs. It is up here at positive 2, looking ready to roll down. So we might not get that move up in the morning. There's no guarantee that we're going to gap it up and go in the morning. I only say that because these gangsters are so methodical about screwing the bears that even though the charts here on the short term, the 15-minute, looks ready to go down, the 15 and 30 still have some room to run on the upside a little bit. And instead of it moving down in the morning, I just see these gangsters popping it up just to take out any bears that went short over the weekend. They just do it all the time. They pop it up and then it dies. It puts in a topping tail. It's very common. It's like they want to take out those overhead stops. And now, if they do that in the overnight session, then it's possible that might not gap it up at all. So what I'd really like to see in the overnight session or pre-market session is it to have weakness. Sunday night to back down a little bit, and then Monday morning I'd like to see them run it up, throw in that POMO money, run the thing up, gap it open, and take out the bears and just put in your little topping tail and then sell off. That's really what I'd like to see happen. I don't know if that's going to happen, but that seems to be the way they do it. So if on the flip side they go up in the pre-market session before the market opens, then they might take out all the stops there. See, we don't know how many stops or overhead stops are in the market that they're going to take out. That's the thing. So there are people that are in the futures that they can take out their stops pre-market, but there are people that are in options that they can't take their stops out until the market actually opens. So we don't know which way that's skewed, which way there's more of. So if they run it up, I think in the pre-market before, like Sunday night, then it's possible that Monday morning it can open up flat or slightly down. But if on the flip side, if they actually go down on Sunday night to kind of maybe lure in some bears on the futures end of it and then reverse it up on Monday, that's a good sign for us bears. That to me tells me that they're going to run it up into the morning, maybe gap it open, run it up, put in a nice topping tail, don't know how high, but whatever, if in the first hour, maybe first 10 minutes, who knows, and then roll over into the close and sell off. All the short-term charts say we're gonna run down. It's losing steam. The 5-minute chart here, obviously, it could keep going down here on the MACDs. It could, and these histogram bars could keep going deeper, or it could curl back up. You look at the full stochastics, it's down here at 20, and it could stay down there, or it could roll back up very quickly and do a pop up. And if we drew a trend line right here, that'd be nice. Maybe pop up there, then roll over. And if it did, it would pop up here, go into positive territory, put in some smaller histogram tower, and then roll over. This would allow this to happen early in the morning in the first hour or half hour or less. Just a nice pop up and then a roll over. So once it starts rolling over, though, you're looking at the larger time frames here on the 30. Once it starts rolling over, by the end of the day, I do expect it to go negative, and to either put a spinning top in slightly negative or down with a topping tail. So I think Monday is going to be a down day. I know that sounds contrarian to most everybody else, that bullish Monday, everything's always bullish on Monday. I don't see it that way. The charts right now are saying that we're going to sell off on Monday, that we could possibly, does not have to happen, possibly gap open, put in a topping tail, only for the purpose of taking out the bears, then fall back very quickly, and then roll over into the close and drop. And where we drop to, I have no idea. For all I know, Monday could be the crash day that I'm just missing because it's too hard to call a crash. You know, if all these charts got rolling over in the momentum, this thing, you have to look at this. Here's where they had their strength, their full strength. Here's where they had half their strength. Here's where they had a fourth of their strength. They're losing power. You see what I'm saying? And when you start losing power like that, it's starting to die. It's starting to roll over. So that means we need to have another big down day like this. That's what we need to have. Once you start losing that strength, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're losing their strength, and they're getting weaker and weaker. They're getting tired. They're going into the 10th round or whatever, if you're boxing, or whatever, 15th round. And so that should sell down. Now, if we have a nice down day, I have no idea. I really don't on how low it's going to go. I don't know. But same thing here on this. We're ready at any point to roll over. At any point, as you can see, even though this negative DI line is negative, it could curl up at any time. This could roll over at any time. There's no way of really telling at that point. This right here is not really telling when it rolls over. It's just going to roll over sharply. These moving averages will roll over after the fact. You can't really tell anything about the moving averages. We can just say we've got extreme bullishness right now, and of course it's been that way for a long time, but I think we're getting really close, folks. I really feel like we are. Now, if it does not happen this week, then we might toss in the towel as bears, because they've extended this thing out to just unknown levels. I mean, they keep on doing this without any pullback. We need at least a 2.5% pullback. 5% would be ideal, but 10% would be great, a gift. 20% would be like, thank you, God, for some reality coming back in the market. But I don't know. So you can see here on these histogram towers, they are up here in the positive territory, and they're really just indecisive. They just don't want to roll over yet, but I think we're close. So I'm just going to keep my eyes out for some fake prints. Maybe they'll throw some at us to give us an indication, to tell us where they're going to take it. I haven't seen any. I'd like to see some in the overnight session like we did on the flash crash. You guys remember the flash crash? Let's go back to that and revisit that. Let's see here. Here's our 106 print. No, that's not that. That's the fake print of Goldman Sachs of 13.10. Yeah, okay. Well, I'd like to be short the day before that happens. That'd be sweet, wouldn't it? We know that we still got to hit that VIX print hit, so let's keep that in mind. Here's what I just want to remind everyone by. They threw this print out of 1056. I did not catch this beforehand. I wish I had, because I could have made some money from it. This was done again at around midnight, and the day before the flash crash, the day before May 5th. Then this is the real print that happened afterwards. Alpha Horn caught this. Alpha Horn's blog is listed in my blog roll. He caught this and sent it to me the day afterwards. Just like, Alpha, can you not catch it the day before, buddy? So I didn't catch this move down. So it's really a shame, but it went down so fast. Had I seen this and been short somewhere in this area, I was actually short, but I was not able to catch it and get out. I had something to do that day, and I thought, well, we ain't going nowhere. And I come back later that day, and we'd already rallied back up to here. I was like screwed. It's like we went down and back up. I'm like, damn, man. You know, if I'd have seen this the night before, I could have got out, put a stop. I mean, it's only 20 minutes. This here move down was like 20 minutes. So it was fast. I don't know if we're going to have that kind of move down. I think this kind of move down we're going to have now is going to stay down. So I don't think you're going to be an issue with that. I don't think it's going to be any more flash crashes like that. We'll stay down. But in any case, you got to keep your eyes out for stuff like this. This was obviously on the ES. late at night, and he put that up there. And so don't have any other ones. Everything's new. Everything here is old stuff. But you know, we're not going to know any of this until we have the move down happen. I mean, that's pretty much it until it starts. We don't know. This 349 print on the VIX is obviously going to be something from a war, World War III, or you know, some nuclear bomb going off with Egypt over there. You know, this is a scary situation. This could happen, and you know that the Illuminati and their masters are the ones that started all this. You know, they're the ones behind this. There's no question in my mind. It has nothing to do with a real revolution there of anything positive. This is something that the Illuminati did and successfully have done, you know, and been working on for quite a while, and they finally got it happen. You know, so anyway, yeah, that crashed. Sorry. Oh well. Anyway, so for Monday, let's just keep it simple. I am looking for a possible move up early, only to shake out the bears, maybe pierce this trend line, collapse back down, and sell off the rest of the day, closing negative to at least a spinning top, and then Tuesday being a down day. From there, I don't know. So we'll just take that day by day. That's it, gang. Good luck, everyone, and thanks for you know, posting on the blog when I was gone and not even missing me. You guys didn't even miss me. Just chatted away without me. I really feel lonely now. So, all right, bye.